Hey, family, how are you this morning? So, this morning I have another devotional for you. We're going to be talking about the Good Samaritan. I know this is a familiar passage, but I want you to read it with spiritual eyes. Okay. And it says in First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14, it talks about how our flesh wrestles against God because our flesh doesn't want to hear what God has to say to us. So, this morning, put on your spiritual eyes and let's get started. So, this passage starts out with an attorney or a lawyer. He is talking to Jesus and he's trying to test Jesus. And he asks Jesus a question and he says, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he says, What is written in the law? How do you read it? And so Jesus answers him. And Jesus says, You shall love the Lord with all your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And so the lawyer isn't happy with what he says. He's happy, on the surface, but he says in his heart, like he wants to justify himself. The lawyer does, and so he asked Jesus another question. He says, "And who is my neighbor?" And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning. So Jesus responds to him with a parable, and he says, suppose there's a man who gets robbed, right? He's walking down the road and he gets robbed, and he's laying down and he's about near death, right? I'm paraphrasing, by the way. And there's three people walking by. One is a priest, one is a Samaritan, and one is a Levite. The priest and the Levite walk by him and they don't help him, right? Now remember, the priests and the Levites were men of the law and they don't help him. But a Samaritan, suppose a Samaritan is walking by and that Samaritan helps him. And Jesus goes on and explains how in detail that Samaritan helps him. But what I want to tell you and I want to remind you is some things that Jesus reminded me this morning. The first thing is he says, who is your neighbor? See, Jesus in this passage wasn't saying that a neighbor is somebody who lives to the left of you or the right of you or the front of you. Jesus was saying that a neighbor is whoever it is that you lend a hand to. The second thing I want to tell you is Jesus was trying to break some barriers here. See, a Samaritan and a Jew didn't mix. A Samaritan was like disgusting to a Jew. A Samaritan was a mixed race. And so Jesus was saying that it's okay to help your brother. It doesn't matter the culture. It doesn't matter the background. It's okay to help that person. Just because they don't look like you doesn't mean that you can't help them.